Welcome to this week's lecture on elasticity. My name is Michael Lenz and I'll be guiding you through the slides today. Elasticity is a concept in economics where we're interested in measuring how one variable changes in response to another variable. The most common application that we think about is supply and demand. How does the quantity of a good that's supplied respond to changes in the price of the good? If we put it on sale for 10% off, how many more customers are we going to get? Alternatively, how does the quantity demanded respond to changes in price? So what we're looking for when we measure elasticity is how does one variable respond to a change in the other variable? Elasticity is measured by comparing percentage changes. And when we convert our numbers into percentages and we take a ratio of the two, then we eliminate units and we're left with just a numeric measure, a number. So the two most common elasticity that we're going to be interested in are the price elasticity of demand. What we're interested in is how much of a percentage change in quantity demanded do we get due to a percentage change in price. So if we lower the price of jeans by 10%, how many more people come in to purchase jeans? 20%, 30%, 40%, or so on. Alternatively, we consider the price elasticity of supply. In this case, we're interested in the percentage change in quantity supplied due to a percentage change in price. If the price of corn goes up by 10%, how many more acres of corn do farmers plant in percentage terms? We'll start with the elasticity of supply and look at some examples and show you how these measures are calculated. The elasticity of supply is the percentage change in the quantity of a good supplied due to a percentage change in its price. Usually this is a positive number. Supply curves slope upward, so if the change in price is positive, more supply will be brought to market. The change in quantity will also be positive, so this will be a positive number. So for example, if corn prices go up by 10%, farmers grow 20% more corn, the elasticity of supply in this case is the 20% increase in quantity divided by the 10% increase in price for an elasticity equal to 2. And note again that we have no units, it's just number 2. We note that elasticity is very closely related to the slope of supply curves, but they're not exactly the same. A flatter supply curve is more elastic. So in this case, we're going to consider two supply curves. One is relatively steep, the other one is relatively flat, and change the price by the same amount in both cases. In this case, say the increase from P1 to P2 is 8%. Along supply curve 1, starting from the same spot, we get an increase in the quantity supplied of 8%. Along supply curve 2, we get an increase that's twice as large, say 16%. So starting from the same equilibrium, when our price rises by 8%, along the first supply curve, the quantity supplied rises by 8% as well. This would give an elasticity along here equal to 1. In the second case, the quantity goes up by 16% due to the same 8% increase in price. So from here to here, along supply curve 2, we would have an elasticity equal to 2.